Hello, my name is Tom, and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. Happy New Year! This week, unsurprisingly, I'm going to talk about my goals for 2020. Having reviewed last year's goals, this year I kind of want some that are more achievable and definitely more fun. I started off by including things that I want to do. So a while ago, Rachel and I talked to her neighbour who recommended the Silver Comet Trail. I wrote about it a while ago, and it's a 61-mile track from Atlanta to the border with Alabama on an old train route, which is paved over for walkers and cyclists. My goal is to cycle along it at least once, from Atlanta to the border. I'd like to do it more than once, but maybe ride the other way along it as well. It should be a relatively fast ride, given that it's an old rail track, but it should be a lot of fun. Next up, I wanted to be able to run a 6-minute mile again. And then once I get back to it, be able to extend the distance and improve the time further. And that's a mile at 10 miles an hour running. It's tough, but I've done it before. I did it at the beginning of this year. I did it quite a few times. I know it'll take a while to train up to, but I'm confident that I can get it done. I did read a bit throughout the last year, but I hope to read a bit more. And I also want to write more by hand. I know that a job will help that out. And speaking of which, I need to find a job with my social security number and employment authorization in hand. I'm really looking forward to getting a job and finding my place in the world again. I like cooking, and I want to make more stuff. I want to try my hand at making new recipes using what I've learned from Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, and everything that I've learned from watching things like Sorted Food as well. I'm hoping to use one of my notebooks to note down recipes, iterate on them and improve, and ideally I'll create a few recipes and refine them throughout the year. So I'm happy with them. They remain nutrition and are well seasoned in flavours, and I can be proud of them. 2019 for me was a good year for music. If you see my post from Monday, you'll see that I put out 10 songs. I gave my thoughts on each of them. I created a few more than that, and I recorded some cover songs as well, and learned even more songs than that I'm still working on, just trying to memorise. I think for 2020 I want to increase my diversity and try and cover more ground musically, and then also try to get some songs recorded as part of a band. It's not a mega ambitious goal, but in 2018 I barely did anything, and in 2019 I've created an album's worth of material. So in 2020 I want to get somewhere with the stuff that I've also created, because I have a bunch of songs just sitting on the sideline for kind of a project that I wanted to work on my own. Now I have the capability to do that, so I want to try and get that done. In combination with these large annual goals, I also have daily, weekly, monthly and quarterly trackers as well. I'm not going to go into detail of all of these, but they include things such as exercising, meal choice, time spent on social media, cleaning and other small things that will add up and hopefully help me notice where small changes could help improve my quality of life. Thank you all for listening. You can find me across the internet at Aethafar. Have an exciting week. You're all my favourites. Goodbye.